Welcome back to the Void Compass. You cannot leave your thoughts on autopilot. You cannot leave your internal processes unchecked. You are going through a process in this ascension cycle, in this life experience of yours, where you are clearing all the distortions from your field that would prevent you from aligning adequately with soul, so that you can fulfill your purpose and have the life that soul has designed for you with everything that comes with it. You cannot afford to remain in a state of mental overwhelm where you feel stuck in the same thought cycles and limiting belief patterns that no longer serve you and no longer match the energetic standpoint that you are attempting to connect to. That higher energy version of you, that higher timeline experience of you, because you're always shifting through versions of yourself. Make no mistake about that. There are an infinite number of versions of you. This infinite range that you exist in and keep shifting throughout. And the rigidity of your belief systems and what you are choosing to believe in is dictating which timeline of you are experiencing. Are you going to experience a version of you that is liberated, that is unattached from pain, and is experiencing the joy and abundance and the love that you truly deserve and that is your birthright? Or are you still attached to limiting beliefs and distortions? Do you still hold trauma within your field that is informing those beliefs, and the cycle goes around and around and around in perpetuity? This is your ascension. This is your process, releasing those distortions from your field so that you can experience freedom and liberation. Now, I understand that this is easier said than done, especially when one is in a state of overwhelm. And this is what I want to touch on today, briefly. Overwhelm is that state where you become so deeply identified with mind and everything that it is telling you and selling you. You're buying all of it. You are completely identified with it. And you jump from one thought to the next thought, to the next thought, to the next thought, with no sense of reprieve. This state of overwhelm, the only way out of it is sinking beneath the thrashing waves of the mind into the depths of the ocean of soul awareness, where you are no longer reacting to every thought, but you sink so deep into your body to a place where you can respond from a place of higher consciousness, where you can see the mind's thrashing for what it is, merely waves that are always going to be there, that you can, through that energetic standpoint and perspective, you can release attachment to, and you can choose to not identify with. You can feel it all and you can see it all. You can acknowledge it, but you are not identified with it. You are no longer a victim to it. That is the only way. You have to sink deep into your body. You have to feel that, to have that energetic standpoint to release, to let go. Why is this the case? There's a very simple reason for this, and it comes down to resonance. When you're in a state of mental overwhelm, what is happening? Frequency-wise, vibration-wise, what is happening? Every one of those distortions within your field, the pain, the limiting beliefs, they hold a certain signature frequency. When you're in a state of overwhelm and complete identification with those mind-based distortions, you become a direct match frequency-wise with those distortions. You cannot fix a problem with the same energy that problem was created. You cannot do that. That is not how it works. In order to be able to transmute and release, you must occupy a much higher frequency to be able to do so. You cannot transmute and release when you are a vibrational match to the distortions still present within your field. You will simply stick to them and experience them at an increased intensity. Why is it that I've said in the transmutation process that you must occupy the role of the loving soul parent? You must occupy the frequency of unconditional love. Why do I always teach that? Unconditionally love those fractured parts of yourself. Don't need them to be different. Love them as they are, because the frequency of unconditional love is so very high, is it not? If you compare the frequency of love to the frequency of shame or guilt or fear, there is a huge disparity in frequency. It is this leverage, this energetic leverage you now have, that allows you to transmute and release. It's all well and good if I come and say to release attachment to your pain, release attachment to narratives, release attachment to outcomes. But if you're a direct vibrational match to your pain, how do you expect to do that? It's impossible. You must bring yourself into that state first. You must be able to sink deep into the body. And this gets easier the more distortion you release from your field, because it becomes a very safe place within the body for soul to come in and reside. So it becomes easier to occupy your body and feel at peace. And from that peaceful standpoint where your frequency starts to rise once more, you can view the distortions as the false narratives that they are. It does not serve you to hold on to these. Remember the question: does this belief make me feel more free or less free? Is there more freedom in this thought or less freedom? Is this belief empirically true? Is it objectively true that I am unworthy? Is it objectively true that I will never find love, or I will never be abundant, or I will never find my place in this world? Or is that merely a distortion that you are matching vibrationally? And I am saying, yes, you can release every single one of these distortions. That is your ascension process. This is why you are here. This is why you have been awakened on this journey, because this is the lifetime where you get to transmute limitation into freedom. Limitation in every aspect of your life. All of it will go. And what you will be left with is the most free and soul-aligned version of you. But you cannot leave this process on autopilot. Your responsibility is bringing more and more consciousness and awareness into your moment to moment to moment to moment. You have to. You have to. You cannot just wake up in your day and just start thinking the random thoughts that begin cropping up due to the distortions already present within your field. Whether it's feelings of lack and feelings of fear, you cannot run it on autopilot. You must take energetic responsibility for where you are at in your journey. This is the way forward. If you need help with this, you know where to find me. Jump into a session with me and let's work through it together. All the information is in the video description. But I will see you next time on the Void Compass with more.